Are you taking a cruise vacation and leaving from Florida? How about Port Canaveral and the Cocoa Beach area? If you're considering it, this is a podcast that will help you with your planning. Located approximately 45 minutes east of Orlando, along Florida's Space Coast, Cocoa Beach is a popular destination for travelers in general, but especially those cruising out of Port Canaveral, Florida, where big ships like Carnival Mardi Gras, RCL Utopia of the Seas, and Caribbean Princess dock. But what's a gal, family, couple, or group to do pre or post cruising? My producer, Evelyn Kwan Green, and I took a trip to Cocoa Beach, Florida and Port Canaveral for a weekend to explore the opportunities and options to give you the lowdown on our take on the best ways to maximize your time pre and post cruising. Whether you want to relax at a family-friendly resort, hit craft breweries, watch a rocket launch, go fishing, see local art, or hit up the beach or a local event. Our takeaway, you have lots of options. So sit back and get ready to have some pre-cruising fun in Cocoa Beach and Port Canaveral. It's the Travels with Darley podcast, where we take you on active adventures with locals as the guides. We share firsthand tips and tricks to help you travel better, from my own experiences being on the road for over a decade and a half and traveling all over the world. All aboard, because we're bound for Florida. There's something adventurous about taking a cruise, but getting to a ship on time in today's sometimes hectic travel climate, it can be stressful. Many cruisers we met on this adventure recommend flying or driving in a day early before your cruise to avoid the pitfalls that come with potential airline delays, cancellations, traffic jams, and other tricky travel mishaps that could leave you literally missing the boat. I arrived just before my consulting producer and travel buddy, Evelyn Kwan Green, who originally hails from Malaysia and now lives in coastal Mississippi, got into the Orlando International Airport. This gave me a little time to explore and see what it's really like for travelers coming into the area and how it is to get from Orlando to Cocoa Beach and the Cape Canaveral area. I checked out an outpost of the famous Ranjan surf shop, a local art gallery, and a Cuban cafe for coffee before meeting up with Evelyn to catch the Cocoa Beach Express. I've just arrived to the Orlando, Florida airport, and we're about to see what a pre- and post-cruise experience is like. There are a variety of ways to travel the approximately 45 minutes from the Orlando International Airport to Port Canaveral and Cocoa Beach. You can rent a car, take a car service like Uber or Lyft, or hop on with other travelers on the Cocoa Beach Express Shuttle, which I found was easy and a cost-effective way to travel. I came into Terminal B.
So we're now headed from baggage claim down to where the shuttle buses pick up people to go to specific cruise lines.
There's lots of signage for cruise transportation, and also volunteers on hand by an information desk as you come down the escalator to baggage claim. They're usually there to answer questions, making it easy for you to get from baggage claim just outside and a few doors down to meet the Cocoa Beach Express Shuttle.
They're loading up the luggage here for the different cruisers, taking their luggage separately. Pack lightly, people.
We saw a lot of bags and just a few lines of people, but I guess if you're cruising, you can bring really what you want, within reason, because once you're on the ship, you don't have to move your luggage to hotels every day. A benefit of cruising. We saw the branded vans labeled for the Cocoa Beach Express and made our way to meet our driver. He loaded our small roller bags on board. The AC was kicking inside as we hopped into the large van that would take us to our hotel. The Cocoa Beach Express Shuttle is wheelchair accessible, and I noticed a few people outside going to other buses as well who were using wheelchairs. It's good to see when things are accessible. There are a number of hotels that participate with this shuttle service, meaning you can get dropped off right at your front door. Evelyn and I were staying at the Radisson Resort at the port, located cheekily enough on Astronaut Boulevard in Port Canaveral. We had some other passengers in our van, and it turned out they were expert cruisers.
I've taken 35 cruises in my lifetime.
She definitely has me beat, though Lisa Carso has a first cruise story that's also similar to mine. For her high school graduation, she got a cruise as her gift, and she took a Carnival cruise. I got started just a little earlier than that, taking a Carnival cruise to Mexico, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands for my 16th birthday. I know, not too shabby, But as we rolled down the highway from Orlando to Cape Canaveral in the Cocoa Beach Express Shuttle, I was able to find out even more about what Lisa and I had in common. It was also Lisa and her husband Michael's first time on the Cocoa Beach Express Shuttle.
Our hotel is at the Radisson, so we decided, they said this is, yeah, it's included with your room, so it's like, why not?
And we were also staying at the Radisson Resort at the port. The Cocoa Beach Express Shuttle operates 7 days a week and 365 days a year, with one-way rates starting as low as $28 per person. Depending on your hotel, it may also be included in your stay. As we rolled up to the Radisson Resort at the port, I was excited to experience what other cruisers may want to try on their visit to this area. We stepped inside the lobby to check it out and found that there were mostly travelers taking cruises staying here. It was a diverse group, ranging from solo women travelers to large groups of families to couples, and definitely those celebrating special occasions. We got our keys and headed just back from the front desk to check out the outdoor pool and tiki bar, where lots of kids and adults were splashing around, some with frosty drinks in hand. We were heading to our room to drop off our luggage and doubled back to speak with Michael Lemming, the general manager of the property, who would tell us more about packages that this hotel and others like it may offer for cruisers.
So we're in Cape Canaveral, right at the tip of the Space Coast. So we're about a mile from the port, and just north of Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral are year-round destinations. The Space Coast is in general. Temperatures are mild year-round, and at places like the Radisson Resort at the port, the pool's heated in the winter for those who want to take a dip.
We took the Cocoa Beach Express to get here today from the airport. It was really easy. So describe that kind of process for travelers.
Yeah, so I think it's great because that road 528 from the airport to here, it can get pretty congested, especially on a big cruise ship day when there's 4 or 5 ships out there. Being able to fly in the night before, take the shuttle over to the hotel, you no longer have to worry about all that crazy traffic in the morning. You come here and have a great time, and then you go out for the cruise in the morning. We shuttle you right over to the port.
Tell me about the experience for travelers who are coming here to stay before or after a cruise.
Yeah, so we really try to make this as effortless as possible for somebody going on vacation. So, you know, whether they're flying in, we'll go and pick them up from the airport, bring them to the hotel, or if they're driving in, we offer cruise parking as well, right here on the property. And so kind of a one-stop shop, make it effortless, they come, and then we give them an experience here at the hotel. So a big thing that we focus on is that experience. We don't want it to just be a regular hotel. So really get that resort atmosphere. We get the DJ going out by the pool. We'll do food specials, so we'll have a smoker out there and do brisket specials and things like that. We do themed parties. For example, when the Mardi Gras ship came to port here in Cape Canaveral, we every Friday would throw a Mardi Gras themed party before they'd sail out the next morning.
What are some ways that people can save money who might be staying with you? Do you offer, discounts at any restaurants or to any attractions or things like that, or partnerships with area businesses?
Yeah, so our front desk does have discount coupons for various restaurants in the area. Cruise parking is typically, I believe, $12.95 a night, but we do sell different packages as well.
Take me through someone who's coming in to stay here maybe the night before their cruise. The next day when they're going to take the cruise, how do they get from A to B? Is there a shuttle, or how does it work?
Yeah, so we sign them up at check-in for their shuttle. So we ask them what their boarding time is. The ship usually assigns you a boarding time, and then we get you on the shuttle before that boarding time. And so we tell you come down to the lobby 15 minutes ahead of time. We have a coordinator posted with a booth right there in the lobby. You check in with him, he'll mark you down. And then when it's time for you to board your shuttle, he'll call your name and you just go hop right on the shuttle. We'll grab all your luggage and bring you right over.
Do you have any tips for travelers who might be taking a cruise and are looking to come to this area in general?
Yeah, and I would definitely say I would want to stay the night before. Seeing some of the horror stories of people trying to come in the morning of, that just having that peace of mind where you can come the night before and know that you're right down the street, that was definitely something that I would recommend.
How far in advance should someone book here, especially during peak cruise season?
I would definitely recommend that when you book that cruise, you book your hotel right along with it. So peak cruise season for us is really January through March and even in April. And then the summer months can be very busy as well. And then leading into holiday season. And so when those cruise ships are filling up and we're getting a lot of people into town, it's important to book that early just to have that peace of mind. Another cool thing is we've basically built like a complex here. So the Radisson, we're really the resort hotel with the pool and the tiki bar. And then right in the same complex, we have the Spring Hill Suites and the Town Place, both Marriott hotels. They're a little more geared towards extended stay, so they've got the kitchens and things like that. But all travelers, they have a brand that they like to travel with, and so it's a great perk that if you're a Marriott person, you can stay at that hotel and you can still come right over and experience the pool and the DJ and the fun things that we have going on.
And if you're a choice person, you can stay here.
Absolutely, earn your points.
Yeah, well, we all like to earn our points and try to use them. Yeah.
Jonathan Bloomfield, a full-time bellman at Radisson Resort at the Port, took us out in his golf cart to show us where you actually park.
So we are going now to see where you leave your car if you're taking a cruise.
Parking is just around the side of the hotel, maybe 2 blocks back.
I always suggest to people to park the night before. The cruise parking is on the other side of the resort. So if you can park your car over here the night before, that's the best way to go. And then all you have to do is walk to the lobby at your designated shuttle time and get on your shuttle and go.
I had heard about Jonathan from various people at the hotel because he has so many all-star reviews on TripAdvisor and other social media sites. He just loves his job.
Do you think you love your job, Jonathan?
Not at all. No, I'm just kidding. I love my job.
To hear about what other cruisers were doing pre- and post-cruise, I spoke with a few more who were staying at the Radisson Resort at the Port, including Denise and Terry Cochran from Knoxville, Tennessee, a couple who were taking their very first cruise, with lifetime cruisers Lisa and Michael Carso, who were in the shuttle bus with me. They spent last night eating at nearby Grill's Seafood Deck and Tiki Bar in Port Canaveral.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get to see all the ships up front, and they had good seafood, nice drinks.
I just drank.
He did.
I wasn't hungry. Their drinks were great.
New York City in the house.
I also spoke with Coretta Campbell from just outside of New York City, my home area. She stood out in the lobby with her vacay mode t-shirt and sunny smile.
No, this is my 9th Carnival cruise, but my first time traveling solo.
Okay, so why did you decide to take a solo cruise?
Well, I was supposed to be traveling for 2, but my other party that I was supposed to go with decided they didn't want to go, so I'm left traveling by myself, but I'm okay with that.
I think you're gonna have fun and make new friends.
Yep.
Why did you decide to come in a day early?
I came in a day early because, as you know, with all the travel hiccups going on, I rather come and make sure I'm here and I'm present so that I can get on my ship. I've heard of people that take chances, even leaving from New York, leaving like a 6 a.m. flight or an 8 o'clock flight and to get their ship. But then sometimes if the weather bad is in Florida, it could be a delay, or if something happens. It's just, you never know with air travel. So I just rather be early, have a nice rest, eat breakfast, and then carry on my day.
Coretta took the Cocoa Beach Shuttle as well and came in so she could be here a day early and have a nice dinner and cocktail pre-cruise. Since she also used the Cocoa Beach Shuttle, I wanted to hear her review.
The guy called me, very thorough. They text you, they're on their way. They also told me that they use flight trackers so they know to keep in sync with your flight if there's a delay or whatever. He called me when he was 15 minutes away. It worked out well. I got off the plane, got my luggage, and was able to meet him at the exact location where he told me he would be. And it was great. We got here like in 45 minutes with no traffic.
The next morning, Evelyn and I headed over to Terminal 6 at Port Canaveral to see the process for actually boarding a ship. After a great buffet breakfast complete with my favorite thing, the omelet station, we met another large group from Hannibal, Missouri, with Michelle Morgan and her sister leading the charge. They stood out with their Great Memories Family Cruise matching t-shirts on.
There's 20 of us, actually.
a multi-generational group with grandparents, parents, nieces and nephews, grandkids, and more in tow.
From 72 down to 2-year-old.
This group did a beach day yesterday and then relaxed by the pool last night. Evelyn and I took a short Uber ride to Port Canaveral, where it seemed like an orderly process to board the large cruise ship in port at this terminal today, with accessibility being top of mind for many travelers. It was nice to see choices available at Port Canaveral, including scooters. Xavier Rosado with Scootaround shares more.
Scootaround is a company that do mobility rentals. They do scooters, walkers, wheelchairs. They do chairs for like power chairs. We do this internationally at almost pretty much every cruise terminal. We rent out mobility equipment for the entire duration of your trip, excursions and all that. We do theme parks, we do convention centers. Basically, you'll rent equipment for whoever's needing it, and then they'll take it on their trip, vacation, whatever it is. They'll use it for the entire duration, and then that's it.
Like most people, they get them, is it because they have a mobility challenge, or they just maybe want to get around faster?
You'll see a good mix. We just had a teenager come and pick up because their foot was broken. They can't walk on it. So I mean, all kinds of people will use it.
How fast do they go?
The fastest that I've ever gotten one of these to go is 8 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, trust me, sitting on it on a scooter, it'll feel a lot faster than 8. But
There are many more tips to share if you're going out of Port Canaveral and the Cocoa Beach area for your cruise vacation. But to cap it off, Evelyn and I traveled over to Fish Lips to dine and watch the cruise ships go in and out of port.
The piña colada. Not a bad place to have a cocktail, a frozen drink. We're at Fish Lips now. Everybody said, you gotta go to Fish Lips. This is a great place to dine. By the water, you can see SpaceX, you can see rocket launches here. You can check out the cruise ships, the boats going by. There's indoor dining, there's outdoor dining on a covered patio. You can be over here with these umbrellas. The menu is really pretty awesome, actually. They have like Korean nachos. I've ordered grilled mahi-mahi sandwich. They've got a lot of good-looking menu items, and it's just a fun vibe here. So, really great pick for locals, travelers. Let's see who's sailing today.
I know I'd like to hop on a cruise, and there are many choices here. Thanks for listening to this podcast, focused on pre- and post-cruise time in the Cocoa Beach area for those sailing out of Port Canaveral. Check out my previous 2 podcasts focused on family-friendly fun and local insights into the Cocoa Beach area. There's a lot to explore in this legendary beach location. I'm Darley Newman, and thanks for listening to Travels with Darley.